I came here to have some fun and chill out with you guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. We're back. Cloud Imperium, cutting down the amount of inside Star Citizen we got. They're obviously going to showcase dynamic weather, something we've been theory crafting since 2016. It's really cool to see the rain, hear the thunder, see the lightning. Very, very cool. Let's check it out. This is called Into the Storm.
Stormbreaker is all about taking the next step in exploration gameplay.
That's impressive. I mean, for God's sake, look at this weather front. Look at this. It's craziness. Erad said, I don't know, because I haven't flown through one yet, but Erad said he got hit by lightning and his ship went out. Is that something that happens, man? I mean, like that's nuts. Like that's pretty fucking crazy.
Making exploration work in Star Citizen actually requires you to go out and build locations that players want to visit. That's what we're doing now.
We were trying to push our FPS combat existing in-game and actually get players to feel like they're actually fighting for something.
Stormbreaker is different because you don't go into your contract manager to look for what to do. You just go off, fly down to a planet, and you start exploring.
We wanted to lead players from place to place and make them question what they're seeing.
So I want to be clear here. Stormbreaker isn't an event, and it's not a mission. It is a sandbox activity. It will be persistent, it will keep happening. Every single patch you can come back and you can run this over and over and over again, just like you can the Align and Mine sandbox activity.
It's not an event.
This is a continuation of the Regen Crisis storyline. In 4.1, we saw how Rayari was trying to tackle the Regen Crisis.
In 4.2, we're starting to see what ASD, a faction called Associated Science and Development, is doing to address the Regen Crisis.
ASD is probably best publicly known for their weapons research division, which has released some high-tech weaponry that's already available to put on your ship. But they have many other research departments, and they're doing their part to help out with the current Regen Crisis and the Second Life Initiative. They're diving into trying to fix the problem with imprints and regen. So it'll be interesting to see what solutions they propose. Now, over the years, ASD has gained a little bit of a reputation for maybe pushing things a tad too far. One of their weapons was known for the particularly gruesome effect it had on people it was targeted on, which gained them a bit of a reputation across the Empire for maybe pushing science
this is awesome.
a little bit farther than they should.
Stormbreaker will start with these data facilities that you will find on Pyro 4.
This is where ASD is storing a lot of their data.
This is such a great idea, man. This gets really immersive. I've seen a lot of gameplay from this, and of course we still have NPC and AI issues, and mainly directly attached to server meshing tech and the lag and latency that we get there because they're still working on the tech, and I get it. I like that the foundations are here. I like that they're actively working on events like these that make playing fun. I see a lot of PvE people don't want anybody coming down and messing with them in PvP, and they want PvE only servers and all this bullshit. And you know, I don't even get involved in that because, you know, I got the big boy pants on, and I just tell people, man, this is a sandbox and you're in Pyro, which is lawless. And if you don't understand that, you should, especially PvEers, because you should understand what the lore is. You know, frankly, this is my position. I'm not trying to rain on PvEers parade. You know, I understand the plight of the PvEer when they play Star Citizen. However, it will all get eventually solved because of security design. And it's not there, and it's not to the point at which it's going to protect a lot of PvEers, especially in Pyro. And Pyro is not designed to be safe. Pyro is actually a lawless system, and you expect the PvEers would actually read lore and understand that when they're jumping into a system that's dangerous things can happen, and PvP can there happen. So that's something that like really kind of gets at me sometimes when I see some of these Reddit posts and some of these Spectrum posts about how there's people that are doing Stormbreaker and they're like, I only want PvE and I don't want anybody messing with me. And it's kind of like, hey man, these kind of things are going to happen all over in Star Citizen when more and more systems come online. Your responsibility playing the game, and I say this, I know it doesn't sound fun to people, but like really, you should know what is lawless and what is lawful in terms of the system security. And you should also understand that it's not really the point yet where it's flushed out, where system security is where it's supposed to be in terms of like how AI reacts, in terms of like the safeguards that they have, you know, like it's still very loose. The point is these are new things that are being added to the game, and I'm having a lot of fun. And it's nice to see these new things hit the game, and it's nice to see that the teams are actively putting in things for people, for something for people to do. And overall, at the end of the day, that's what I want from a game dev team, is to do these things. I think it's good. I think it's a good thing.
So you'll find a bunch of servers, and this is actively being guarded by security forces, which means you got to land your ship somewhere where it's safe, and then make your way down on foot.
Right, Dragon.
ASD does not want you there. They will be quite upset that you're trespassing.
So if you want to explore the facility, you'll have to fight your way in. You'll find quite a few places in the facility that aren't that easy to get into.
As you explore as a player, you will encounter a new type of door access, the loaded scanner. You will need to kill the enemies in the area to try to pass as one of them wearing their outfit. It is just a simple door, but with this new mechanic, you can feel like Indiana dressing as the enemies and go inside the enemy lines.
Access granted.
As you explore deeper into the facility, if you pay attention to your environment, you'll notice a number of different places and rooms that require a bit of extra effort to get into.
There will be unique loot, and the more of the facility guards you relieve of the ability to go home and say goodnight to their children, you will slowly find the first piece of the puzzle that you'll need to.
This totally has GoldenEye James Bond vibes all over. Are you guys agreeing with me? Like, old school gamers understand what I'm saying right now. This has total GoldenEye James Bond vibes all over this shit, man. In a secret base, you got to deal with people that are working there, man. Totes, man. I used to love that game. I played it nonstop religiously. It's cool to see this way. I've seen gameplay from others who actually tested this, and NPC are popping up all over the place. And, you know, like the NPC aren't really reacting like they should. So that's kind of a bummer. But to see the environment and to see the Copian that are irradiated is really cool, with the Copian irradiated horns and the radioactive element coming into play here, and the element of radioactive kind of gameplay makes it very, very cool. So there's a lot of things that have been added to this that I think people are taking for granted, and they're not really like focusing on the fact that things are being added to the game. So, you know, you see a lot of content creators that say, oh, there's no momentum forward, there's no progress, yada, yada, yada. And yet they're not talking about these new game elements. And, you know, I just find that so hypocritical from some of these content creators. And it does drive me crazy, because some of the biggest ones that get watched are always kind of focusing on the next problem, but they're not talking about like the cool nuances of positive things happening for the game. They'd rather just focus on the clickbait headline and get their money. They want to get that monetization. So, you know, it kind of makes me mad, because you won't ever see them talk about things like this, and that bugs me. That does bug me. There has to be some balance here. Can't just be all bad all the time, 24/7. You got to put in some good here, because there's actually work being done, you know.
Finish this entire loop. So
What's
if
up?
you
Let's
discover
go.
the secrets that we've hidden, and you've taken care of the environment, you've found the information, you've read through the information.
Oh,
you've
for real,
listened to the
Limitless, for
information,
real, bro.
You might find that your journey takes you to Pyro 1.
Once you arrive at Pyro 1, there's one thing you'll immediately notice: a huge storm.
Oh, this is badass. Look at that, man. That's craziness, dude. This is, you remember when people were bitching about this and they were like, oh yeah, it's just effects, man. What is it? You know, there were so many people that were banging on this, giving it like a negative slant at CitizenCon, like, oh, this isn't a big deal. Dude, this is fucking awesome. This is fucking awesome, man.
It is just mind-blowing. It looks beautiful. There will be rain. You've got this very dark environment because of this
fucking awesome.
cloud.
There's no other two ways to look at this shit. Look at that.
It looks phenomenal.
If you were to fly into the storm, you'll notice that your ship starts taking massive amounts of distortion damage. If you don't watch out, this can seriously mess up your ship.
This is what E-Raz is talking
turn off,
about.
and you will plummet to the ground. If you
Absolutely
don't explode,
retro.
out of luck, you then have to walk out of the storm.
Limitless.
You'll quickly notice that you'll be affected by radiation damage.
So unless you've brought a load of rad pens, you're likely gonna die.
This is badass, man. This is so badass. Come on, man. This is so badass.
And that's not even to say anything that might be in the storm that has mutated and isn't the normal version.
Those Copians with those glowing green eyes, man, and the veins and the cracking. And, oh, man. Get out of here, dude. That's fucking badass. Dude. Yes. I saw footage. I think it was Zero that was posted on X, and I was like, holy shit. And Fatbird posted something. I think I reposted something on X from Fatbird where he was actually involved with this. I hope he did like some cool ass Star Citizen Machinima with these irradiated adult Valakar. Wait till you see the big worm, man. We got some footage of that.
So how'd you get into the storm where ASD doesn't want you to go?
Oh.
On the outer edges of the storm, you'll find 3 shuttle stations that each have a shuttle that lead into the storm.
Once again, ASD don't want you there, so you'll have to part people with their lives.
These shuttles are specially retrofitted to allow them to withstand the distortion damage, allowing employees and also players into the storm.
We've made sure the roof is glass. It's using the old Crusader shuttles, so you can actually appreciate all of the beauty of the storm.
This is where some of the weather system improvements come in that we've been working on, where you'll see rain hitting the windshield, lightning outside, and thunder in the distance.
And also, you get a little bit of respite before the shit we're gonna put you through. So it's kind of like a nice, like, oh, look at this, and then you're gonna land on the beaches of Normandy, D-Day style. There we go.
When you get off the shuttle, everything's gonna try to kill you.
Yes.
You'll be immediately assaulted by loads of security guards outside.
It is very dark. The visibility is very low.
You'll start being affected by the radiation damage from the storm. If you do manage to get a radiation suit, you'll still find irradiated wildlife for you to contend with.
So just watch your back, watch your friend's back.
Your objective is to get inside as quickly as possible into the relative safety of the research base.
Once you're inside this facility, that's where Stormbreaker really begins.
All that stuff that you've done to get there, that was purely the beginning. It's the intro scene in the movie. You've not even hit the movie yet.
Dude. He's killing it on this, man. The level design on this is fucking awesome. I can't wait to experience this for myself, man. I need to get in. I need to start doing this shit. I'm space dadding it around, man. I need to get into the action here.
Inside, you'll find danger, mystery, great loot,
death, action, cruelty.
Audio logs, finally an alternative to reading.
Hello. Here we go.
New ways to open doors, which doesn't seem exciting, but we really are excited about it.
I'm really excited to see you playing with this new mechanic.
You're gonna find
new ways to open doors. Great. We don't have to shoot on the back of like hangar doors now to get in ships. Maybe we talk about like security type gameplay, hacking type gameplay, the things that we've been bitching about for, I don't know what, 4 years now. Like that's exciting. Again, you won't hear people talking about this, but this is all progression. Like these are all steps forward to bring in new gameplay that will eventually, like, this is the baby. This is the origin of security hacking kind of gameplay with doors and hangar doors, man. This is awesome.
Irradiated things.
Eggs. Babies.
Oh.
Screaming.
Screaming.
They might all be connected.
The horrors of science run amok.
You can find new battle vehicles that can only be earned in game.
Elliot, I love that Elliot's so excited, man. I remember he stopped in one time. He was such a polite dude. Elliot was such a good kid. Like, Elliot stopped in, chilled out with us on an Inside Star System review, and he was such a nice, polite dude. And it is exciting when you see the people that are making the game actually excited and happy, you know? So often there's such a negative slant from content creators where they're focused on all the bad, all the shitty. And then look at the guy that's making the game. The dude's happy and he's having a great time. I mean, isn't that kind of what you want from your game devs, man? I mean, that's exactly what I want.
I said
Elliot's
choo-choo
cool,
as
dude.
well. This isn't a fucking train. It's got massive weapons. He's
No, you just can't. You're just like. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. He's got the acting qualification, I don't.
I want players to feel something different to what they've been feeling when playing Star Citizens. I want them to
Cool.
be hyped for every bit of the mystery that
Cool.
they are trying to discover and all
Awesome.
of the clues that they get right.
Good attitude. I like her.
I think it's going to be an amazing patch. We've all been working very, very hard.
We've got VFX, lighting, audio.
Dude, man, the blood coming out, that irradiated blood spurting out when you're hitting them like that, that looks pretty damn cool.
So all of that is coming together to create the biggest, baddest content that you've seen in Star Citizen so far.
What's up, Arcane?
Cinema, as Zach would say. I'm really excited for you all to play it. I'm really excited to see you all discover it.
And the story doesn't end here. It really gets messed up in August.
Damn.
It's really cool, I want to tell
Damn, dude. Spewing out radioactive.
you everything.
Well, I don't know what that is.
So stop watching.
I was thinking of a word.
Yeah, go
I'll
for it.
refrain from saying it.
Now, of course, for those of you that have been playing or watching PTU for the last week, you already know much of what's not being said here. But that's by design. As we said back in February, it's our intention this year to have you discover as much as possible in-game through our monthly patches instead of having everything just spoiled here. And by the time Stormbreaker releases in about 2 weeks, there should still be a few more changes and improvements along the way. Oh, also, special shout out to Louis, Max, and everyone on the Montreal Environment team for kicking all kinds of ass on this one. And don't forget, we're currently taking submissions for this year's CitizenCon watch parties, where we'll send devs to watch the program alongside of you, and they have to submit to your every question. Mostly. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you, and we'll see you all here next week for Star Citizen Live. Where'd my hair go?
That's cool, man. They're doing good work. They're doing good work. You got to give them credit, man. They're doing the work, and they're keeping up. They're keeping a good pace. I just want to focus more on server tech lately. But hey, I hope you enjoyed the Inside Star Citizen review here with the crew and myself. Definitely hit the like and share if you're watching on YouTube. And we're going to go back to Star Citizen Live on Twitch. So try and join us here. It's every Thursday night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you will have a blast with everyone here because we're all cool.